We want to keep everything very, very simple. Nothing is so complicated actually between the body and the consciousness and its union. The only thing that I keep understanding is super important is to keep that flame of Agni, that flame of aspiration. And it's not something that we create. It is there within the cave of the heart. It is there in the subtle substance of the body as well. And it'll almost be as if the psychic flame and the aspiration in the subtle body will be extremely similar in its property. The state in which they exist could be different, but they are the same in a sense. So it is something to be found, not created. Our will is created, but this Agni is discovered. So as we read the prayer, the agenda in Savitri, let's just keep going deeper into our body in whatever way it comes for us, deeper into the words in whatever way they reveal to us, and keep discovering that flame somewhere within us. We begin with the prayer now. From the height of that summit, which is the identification with thy divine infinite love, thou didn't turn my eyes to this complex body, which has to serve thee as thy instrument. And thou didn't tell me it is myself. Dost thou not see my light shining in it? And indeed, I saw thy divine love, clothed in intelligence, then in strength, constituting this body in its smallest cells, and shining so brightly in it that it was nothing but a combination of millions of radiant sparks, all manifesting that they were thyself. And now all darkness has disappeared, and thou alone livest in different worlds, in different forms, but with an identical life, immutable and eternal. It is time for agenda now.
I have a feeling I'm becoming another person. No, not just that. I'm entering another world, another way of being, which might be called a dangerous way of being, in terms of the ordinary consciousness, as if dangerous but wonderful. How to express it? First, the body's subconscious is in the process of changing, and that is long, arduous, and painful, but marvelous as well. The feeling of gesture as if standing on a ridge, the feeling of more and more the body's sensation is that faith alone can save. Knowledge is not yet possible, so only faith can save. But faith can save still sounds like an old manner of speaking. How to phrase it? The feeling that the relation between what we call life and what we call death is becoming more and more different. Yes, different. Mother nods her head. Completely different. Not that death disappears, mind you. Death as we see it, as we know it, and in relation to life as we know it. That's not it. Not it at all. Both are changing into something we don't yet know, which seems at once extremely dangerous and absolutely marvelous. Dangerous, the least mistake has catastrophic consequences, and marvelous. It is the consciousness, the true consciousness of immortality, not immortality as we understand it, something else, something else. Our natural tendency is to want certain things to be true, those we deem favorable, and other things to disappear. But that's not it. It isn't like that. Everything is different. Different. From time to time, from a moment, a brief moment, a marvel. But the very next minute, the feeling of a dangerous unknown. There you are. That's how I spend my time. The subconscious is full of, oh, full of fears, of anxieties, of that place is disgusting, gesture rising from below. The body doesn't even have faith in its own faith. That's right. It feels its faith isn't the real thing. It doesn't have faith in its own faith. The body used to feel the struggle against the forces of wear and tear, different organs wearing out, losing their endurance, their power of reaction, and certain movements, for instance, becoming less easy to make. That's what the body felt. Although the body consciousness never sensed any aging, never, none. That simply didn't exist. But in actual material fact, there was some difficulty. And now, looking at it in the ordinary way, extremely superficially, externally, superficially, you might say there has been a great deterioration. Well, the body doesn't feel that way at all. What it feels is that a particular movement, effort, gesture, or action belongs to the world, this world of ignorance, and isn't being performed in the true way. It's not the true movement done in the true way. And its sensation or perception is that the state I was speaking of, soft, with no angles, has to develop along a certain line and produce effects on the body that will make true action possible. Action expressing the true will with no difference on the surface. Perhaps I don't know about that yet, but done in another way. And I'm not talking about grandiose things, mind you, but of everyday activities, getting up, walking, taking a bath. I no longer have a feeling of incapacity, but a feeling of, what's the word for it? A feeling of an unwillingness, a bodily unwillingness to do things in the old way. There's another way to be found, but not found with the head. It's not like that. A way that is somewhere in the making. I'm speaking of the smallest things. Take brushing the teeth. There's a difference between the way I brush my teeth now and the way I used to. In appearance, I suppose it's the same thing. And I have difficulty. It's almost an unwillingness too. I have a difficulty seeing things the way others see them. It's difficult for me, not spontaneous. It would take an effort I don't care to make. As for the head, it has learned to keep still. I walk in the mornings and afternoons saying the mantra as I did before. But while before I had to drive thoughts away, concentrate, and make an effort, now this state comes and takes over everything, the head, the body, everything. And then I walk in that woolly dream. Woolly isn't the right word, but it's all I can find. It's smooth, soft, without angles and supple. No resistance, no resistance. Oh, that's peace. This material mind, which is organizing itself, which has learned to fall silent, learned to pray, has a sort of spontaneous need or spontaneous thirst for beauty, for a beautiful form. I see this at night because its need expresses itself in a settling and with events, encounters, and events. And the setting is always extremely vast and very beautiful, very harmonious. For instance, the fabric covering a cushion or a seat is suddenly filled with marvelous beauty. So it lasts for 2 hours, 3 hours, like that. It's a necessity in the curve of progress. That's all.
We continue in the simplicity of practice, just placing the body in contact with the words that are emerging, discovering the flame of aspiration and the faith inside us, no matter what are the other surface challenges or entanglements or falsehoods that are getting embedded or embedded for a long time in our body. We move to Savitri.
All grace and glory and all divinity were here collected in a single form. All worshipped eyes looked through his from one face. He bore all Godheads in his grandiose limbs. An oceanic spirit dwelt within, intolerant and invincible in joy, a flood of freedom and transcendent bliss, into immortal lines of beauty rose. In him, the fourfold being bore its crown that wears the mystery of a nameless name. The universe writing its tremendous sense in the inexhaustible meaning of a word. In him, the architect of the visible world, at once the art and artist of his works, spirit and seer and thinker of things seen. Virat, who lights his campfires in the suns, and the star entangled ether is his hold, expressed himself with matter for his speech, expressed himself with matter for his speech. Objects are his letters, forces are his words, events are the crowded history of his life. And sea and land are the pages for his tale. Matter is his means and his spiritual sign. He hangs the thought upon a lash's lift. In the current of the blood makes flow the soul. In the current of the blood makes flow the soul. His is the dumb will of atom and of clod, a will that without sense or motive acts, an intelligence needing not to think or plan. The world creates itself invincibly, for its body is the body of the Lord. The world creates itself invincibly, for its body is the body of the Lord, and in its heart stands Virat, King of Kings. In him shadows his form the golden child, who in the sun-capped vast cradles his birth. Hiranyagarbha, author of thoughts and dreams, who sees the invisible and hears the sounds that never visited a mortal ear. Discoverer of unthought realities, truer to truth than all we have ever known. He is the leader on the inner roads. He is the leader on the inner roads. A seer, he has entered the forbidden realms. A magician with the omnipotent wand of thought, he builds the secret uncreated worlds. Armed with the golden speech, the diamond eye, his is the vision and the prophecy. Imagist, casting the formless into shape, traveler and hewer of the unseen paths. He is the carrier of the hidden fire. He is the carrier of the hidden fire. His is the voice of the ineffable. He is the voice of the ineffable. He is the invisible hunter of the light, the angel of mysterious ecstasies, the conqueror of the kingdoms of the soul. A third spirit stood behind their hidden cause, a mass of superconscience closed in light, creator of things in his all-knowing sleep, creator of things in his all-knowing sleep. All from his stillness came as grows a tree. He is our seed and core, our head and base. All light is but a flash from his closed eyes. All light is but a flash from his closed eyes, and all wise truth is mystic in his heart. The omniscient ray is shut behind his lids. He is the wisdom that comes not by thought. His wordless silence brings the immortal word. His wordless silence brings the immortal word.
We remain quiet, keeping our attention within the body, not just lost somewhere, but within the body, to feel that silence or that vastness of some divine connection that is partially beginning. Thank you.